Welcome to your Module 3 announcement. We're on the downslide of this course. We now have more days behind us than ahead of us. Congratulations. I want to talk a little bit about nonfiction before I get to the announcements. Do you remember as a child having a topic interest that just really enthralled you? I do. I remember in second grade, I was very excited about clouds. I'm not sure why. We studied them in class, and I loved to identify what the different types of clouds were. And so that was something that I enjoyed reading about. And then in fifth grade, when we studied states, we all got to choose a state and do a little report on it. I chose Louisiana. And the reason I chose it was because the state of Louisiana is shaped like the letter L, which is the beginning of Louisiana. Kids are kind of funny that way. They choose topics based on all different kinds of interests. My research has been on the intrinsic motivation for information seeking. Those kids who are highly intrinsically motivated, I wanted to know why they were. And I found with children that are around fifth grade level, that they almost always had something that happened to them in their lives between the ages of 4 and 6 that made them just enthralled, excited, fascinated with a particular topic. And then adults jumped on their child's bandwagon, not the other way around, and helped them find resources, took them on field trips, and helped them continue down the road of learning more about that topic. It even reaches into their adulthood. The story goes that Albert Einstein, when he was sick at the age of 5, his father gave him a compass. Now, he gave him a compass to keep him happy and busy in bed. Albert looked at that compass and he began to imagine the invisible field around that compass that caused it to move. Well, we all know how that affected his career and life. So nonfiction, based on children's interests, is a huge way to help them move forward in reading. I want to go over briefly a couple of articles that I pulled up about nonfiction and the importance of promoting it. The two titles are linked in your announcements. It's the NEA Today article and the Brock article. Nonfiction reading augments children's vocabulary. Fiction can certainly grow a child's vocabulary, but nonfiction can open up a whole new type of vocabulary not generally seen in fiction stories. Students begin to learn other words. They're excited about the world around them. And when they feel like they're smart, literally learning about different types of words, it builds their confidence in all types of reading. Another reason is nonfiction teaches us another very important way to read and gather information. When we read fiction, we start at the beginning, we go to the end, and that's it. For nonfiction, well, there's lots of different ways to read nonfiction. You can look through the table of contents. You can choose a chapter that you like the best and start there. You can read through the pictures and the captions under the pictures. Nonfiction gives us a different way to look for information, and that's important for students to know. And most importantly, nonfiction can lure in the reluctant reader. We may think of nonfiction as dry. We may be trying to find the silliest, most entertaining books for our reluctant readers, but sometimes it's nonfiction that may entice them. For the truly reluctant reader, perhaps what seems very bland to us will be the best reading for them of all time. For instance, a recipe in a cookbook, instructions on how to do an experiment. All of this is tied in with doing, and this is something that will capture some readers that would not be captured by fiction. Now on with our announcements. In Module 3, we read the best 12 nonfiction titles we can find. The assignment for this module is much the same as the two previous modules, but with one important difference. You will add a current digital tool that would be used by students during the promotion. So that's during the reading promotion portion of your assignment. The rubric row for this aspect of your assignment states, 1, a current digital tool effectively engages learners in reading pleasure. 2, the digital tool is cited. And 3, it appears either on the current list of AASL, that's the American Association of School Librarians, Best Digital Tools for Teaching and Learning, and there's a link for that in Module 3, or has been professionally reviewed within the last 2 years. You'll also have a discussion board that helps you get a head start on the 5 title diversity bibliography requirement for assignment 4. So I'm talking about assignment 4 here. Don't worry about this. Many of you have already read a lot of great diversity titles in the rest of your bibliographies, and you can use those again for this segment of assignment 4. Remember, your last module is shorter than the other 3, so getting started during this module, Module 3, will help you finish strong. And that's what I wish for every one of you. Happy reading.